There are two COVID objectives that iPremier failed to do. First was to develop and communicate security plans, policies and procedures. Management should develop a plan to communicate an enterprise-wide IT control framework and implement these policies into tasks. iPremier failed to do this and did not have any plans outlined by COVID. As a result, they fell into the category of purchasing mishmash of security products that do not protect every information system resource. The second thing that iPremier failed to do was to monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of an organization's information security program. Heavy reliance on QData meant that there was a lack of monitoring the information system. COVID recommends that managers heavily implement and drill security policies and measures into employees in order to heighten the seriousness of a secure information system. But no evidence shows that Joanne did so, and because of this, employees such as Leon also had little regard about the security system. I don't believe that the security was a priority for iPremier management. This was because the way the employees regarded the company's database, there was a lack of preparation in dealing with the system attacks. And this links back to the heavy reliance on QData. They had no extensive knowledge about the specific security measures.
Enterprise risk management has three elements. First, event identification. Second, risk assessment. And third, risk response, which used to measure the risk reduction. They can identify any possible internal or external event that could cause any risk. If detect any risk, they can do a risk assessment immediately because they need to determine the probability of occurred and know how to resolve it. Unfortunately, if the risk does happen, the risk response can accept, reduce, share, or avoid it. The company was attacked by DOS without any emergency procedures. They suffered major strike. They could evaluate the cost and benefit to implement the risk reductions. The new data center must have preventive, detective, and corrective controls procedures. It can help for early discovery of risk, testing the software to ensure it can detect any risk. Computer incident response team can help the company to minimize the threat and secure the data. This should help iPremier to improve the internal controls.
In this case, iPremier doesn't prepare enough strategy to solve the third disaster. BCP is one of the most useful tools to help company in better organization of unpredictable attacks. Firstly, BCP could make the revenue keep stable or even increase in long term. Secondly, BCP could also increase efficiency or recoverability for the company. Business impact assets determine the effect and the loss when some functions are not available during the DST period. Thirdly, BCP also increase customer and employers' confidence to company. This makes customer and employee trust that company have enough power to solve the problem. Conversely, the companies also face some challenges of BCP. BCP needs to huge cost to set up and maintain its backup plan. Meanwhile, it's hard to control the efficiency of employers. Furthermore, there is the instruction of assessing risk of BCP.
So we're looking at the case of data breach of Zomato and Kmart. So in May 2017, Zomato suffered data breach resulting in 7 million user data stolen. So a party called Enclave claimed to be the one who is responsible for this action. They put the data stolen on the sale for like around $1,000, and this includes all the emails and the passwords of the users. So the control they did after the hacking was logging the users out from the app and also encouraging them to change their password, also adding a layer of authorization to access the data. So moving on to the second case in the mid of 2017, Kmart also had the same issue, and the first party to notice that this issue happened was the bank and the credit unions got the notification alert saying that stolen cards are all used at Kmart. So after doing this investigation, no personal information such as address, name or emails are stolen, but unfortunately they stole the credit card information. So it turns out that their payment system was infected by malware. So the cause of attack was the antivirus and the security system that failed to detect the attack. So the control they did was quickly removing the malware and upgrading the security system. We suggest that Kmart should update their system more frequent